Now, guys, we got Guram Kudalase versus Cal Fernandez to begin this card. Now, Guram Kudalase, I think he's going to walk through Cal Fernandez. Cal Fernandez, he's not bad, but guys, he lost to Mark Jacasey. I mean, Jacasey's not that high level of a fighter in this division, and Guram Kudalase just has insane striking. Now, he takes fights to decision, he takes fights to a finish. He's not much of a ground guy. Like, he has one submission loss, but I do see Guram just dominating the pace of this fight, and he'll be on the front foot constantly, while Kyle Fernandez will suffer on the back foot. Now, guys, we got Guram Kudalase fighters and Nathan Fletcher versus Callum Lawford. Now, I think Nathan Fletcher will win this fight. I mean, he has very good submission skills, and Callum Lawford, to be honest, guys, he's 1-2 in the UFC. He is very young, but he just hasn't given me the confidence to pick him in this fight. I mean, he just hasn't had very good performances in the UFC. And Nathan Fletcher, from what I've seen, all his footage, this guy's dangerous. And it's not a good fight for Callum Lawford to be taking right now. So I think Nathan Fletcher via submission. Now, guys, if I'm being honest, I don't know really too much about these two fighters. I know that from what I've looked up, I've seen Pooja Tamar. She's 1-0 in the UFC. And Banon, well, she's 1-1 in the UFC. Now, Pooja Tamar, I mean, I didn't really like her performance that well. Like she won, no, you're right, in her fight, but wasn't that good. Then you got Banon. Again, she won one, she lost one, but they both weren't really great performances, guys. It's going to be a tight fight. Don't bet on this, seriously. I really don't want to make a pick here because I don't know who's actually going to win this fight. I guess I'll go with a 6-1 fighter, Banon. But or else, guys, really, I don't know much about these two fighters. Now we got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Andre Puliev. Now, Leroy Duncan, rangy fighter. Andre Puliev, rangy fighter. But here's the thing, guys. Last time Leroy Duncan faced a rangy fighter like Arman Petrosian, he lost. And, Andre Puliev, he's very good in my opinion. He's coming off the Contender Series. But then again, the big jump to the UFC, it's a big test for the guy. Now, Leroy Duncan, he's not an easy fight for a guy making his debut, but I do think Puliev does have some good tools versus Leroy Duncan in this fight. Now, I'm going to make a controversial pick. I think Puliev does win. But then again, I also do think Leroy Duncan has a very good chance of winning too. But I'm gonna be a believer here. I'm gonna take Puliev in this fight, and I think he does it as a decision, not a finish. But yeah, guys, I believe in Puliev. Now I got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Andre. Now I got Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin. Now here's the thing, guys. I do not believe in a guy that went to a decision with Muhammad Usman, who is nowhere near his brother Kamaru Usman, by the way. Yeah, I do not believe in Mick Parkin. I don't think he's that good, and I think he's gonna get slaughtered by Marcin Tybura, especially with those elbows on the ground. I think Marcin Tybura is gonna finish Mick Parkin, and in great fashion. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I really don't think I'm wrong here, guys. I think Marcin Tybura is gonna dominate Mick Parkin and make it look easy. I got Felipe Dos Santos versus Lonair Kavanaugh. Now, Felipe Dos Santos, he's fought two very high level opponents, one in his debut in Manel Cop, and the other guy as in Lima. Now, Felipe Dos Santos, whether you like it or not, guys, he hasn't performed well in the UFC. I mean, he has one decision win, but then you have Lonair Kavanaugh. Now, Kavanaugh, very impressive. I mean, he got a left hook knockout in his Contender Series debut, and then his debut in the UFC got a decision win. Now, don't let the decision fool you. This guy is very dominant. Now, I think Kavanaugh is just going to put the pace on Dos Santos. It is going to be a very good fight, but I think Kavanaugh has the power to put away Dos Santos in this fight. Now, listen, the two prospects, it is a second fight for Kavanaugh in the UFC. Anything could go wrong, especially how undefeated fighters tend to lose this year a lot. So who knows what's going to happen here. My pick is Kavanaugh, guys. I don't think Felipe Dos Santos is that high level, and I think his debut was a bit of a fluke, making it a close fight with Manal Cap. I got Jai Herbert versus Chris Padilla. Guys, I think Chris Padilla will walk through Jai Herbert. I mean, Chris Padilla is one of my favorite up-and-comers in the UFC right now. I mean, he's coming off a submission and a KO. I mean, this guy could do it all, and you just see it in all his fights. This guy's really talented, and he really goes for the finish, which is what I like about this guy. Jai Herbert, I mean, he's an on and off guy, guys. It's a win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, lose, 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 a lot of lose, not a lot, but like still, guys, he did get knocked out by Taporia, which everyone has seen that. That's how we knew about Taporia getting the guy close to the cage, finishing him like that. And yeah, I just see Chris Padilla walking through him, guys. He's got the submission skills, he's got the power on the feet. I think Chris Padilla is just gonna knock out Jai Herbert or submit him, really. Now we got a very close fight here. We got Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Jarrier. This is not a fight that you want to really bet on, guys. Nathaniel Wood, extremely, extremely high-paced fighter. Don't get me wrong. He always puts on the pressure. Never has a boring fight. Then you got Morgan Jarrier, who has 15 finishes in his 20 wins. Now, this guy is also very dangerous. Now, obviously, Nathaniel Wood, with that high-paced pressure, we don't know how Morgan Jarrier is going to deal with it, if he's going to cave in. But this guy is still very dangerous. In my opinion, I'm going to go with the fighter that I know more. I would go Nathaniel Wood. But at the same time, guys, Morgan Charrier, I've looked at his footage. He's a very dangerous guy. So I would just not bet on this if you guys are going to bet. But seriously, this is a good fight. I got Chris Duncan versus Jordan Vucinic. I think Vucinic is going to submit this guy. You know, Duncan, he's a go get it type of fighter. He really goes for it in these fights. He'll go for the submission, he'll go for the KO. But here's the thing: Jordan Vucinic has much better submission skills than Chris Duncan here. Now, I think Jordan Vucinic will submit him. A lot of submissions on this card, to be honest, guys. I see a lot of submissions happening on this card. But yeah, Vucinic has just much better skills on the ground, and I do think Duncan is gonna try, and it just won't work out for him. Molly McCann versus Alexia Tainara. Now, Tainara, she's a very good submission artist. And if she doesn't take the submission, whatever, she'll take it to the decision. But she'll drag you into deep waters. And Molly McCann does not deal well with being taken down. I mean, she's 1-6 every time someone lands a takedown on her. So, guys, this is an easy pick, to be honest. It's Alexia Tainara. She has very impressive performances on her record. Now, not in the UFC, but still, UFC Contender Series. I mean, this girl will dominate Molly McCann, and I guarantee you, Molly McCann should not be in the UFC right now, guys. She just hasn't been a high level fighter in this division, and I believe she's just staying because of her name and how she's close to Patty Pimblett. Now we got Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. I mean, Kevin Holland at welterweight, he is a much higher level fighter than I think he is at middleweight. Now he's facing Gunnar Nelson. Gunnar Nelson, he has good takedowns, don't get me wrong, but Kevin Holland, I feel like he's just a much better fighter at welterweight here. He has the size advantage, and Gunnar Nelson, if he puts on the pressure, I do believe Kevin Holland could actually submit this guy, and he is the better striker also. So, in my opinion, Kevin Holland, he's the younger guy, he's the better guy, and this is just an easy fight for Kevin Holland, in my opinion. I don't think Gunnar Nelson has much to offer him. Next up, we got our co-main event. We got Ulberg versus Blachowicz. Now, Blachowicz, his last loss was Alex Pereira, but that was about 2 years ago now, guys. Ulberg, he's been fighting. He's had a lot of canceled fights, but he's been active as much as he can. Now, Ulberg, this guy's pretty good. He's got some crazy power in his hands, and he's the much younger guy. Now, I'm not counting out Polish power from Blachowicz, but I'm just saying, if I was really trying to be smart here, I'd go with the younger guy. Jan Blachowicz is much more experienced and has fought at a higher level, but Carlos Ulberg, he's on the come up, guys. I would believe in him more in this fight, especially with Blachowicz's inactivity during this past year and a half. All right, guys, we have our main event now. Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. Now, Leon Edwards, he's coming off a loss. Sean Brady, he's coming off a win versus Gilbert Burns, though, guys. Gilbert Burns, he's not the same fighter he used to be. You got Leon Edwards, a top striker in the division. Now, Leon Edwards, in his last fight, he faced a pressure wrestler in Bilal Muhammad. Now, they said 48-47. I agree more with the 49-46 scorecard. I mean, Leon Edwards, every time he gets taken down, he tends to get back up. But when he gets back up, it's as if he forgets his game plan, guys. I don't know what the takedown does. I don't know if it jogs his memory a bit, but it doesn't do something well to him. I know that. And Sean Brady, he is a pressure wrestler. He'll go for that takedown. He'll try for the submission, but mainly it's that takedown that just makes you tired. And to be honest, guys, again, it gives a dizzy spell to Edwards for some reason. So, guys, if it remains on the feet, Edwards is a much better striker than Sean Brady. I mean, Sean Brady, guys, like it or not, he got finished by Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad's only finish is over Sean Brady. Well, knockout. And guys, it's not a good look for Sean Brady for the feet, guys. If it stays on the feet, he is gonna get killed. Leon Edwards is one of the most deadliest strikers in this division, and he will knock out Sean Brady if it stays on the feet. But personally, guys, I don't think that Sean Brady is that high level of fighter that could beat Leon Edwards. I think Leon Edwards being an underdog in this fight is insane to me. And I think Leon Edwards will catch Sean Brady. He has 5 rounds to KO this guy, and I think he will knock him out in one of these rounds. All right, guys, so that's my fight breakdown for UFC London. Now, let me know in the comments what you think of all these picks. Now, guys, this is not picks to bet on. This is just who I think is going to win. If you really want picks, wait till Friday. Friday, I'll be posting who I think is going to win and how they're going to win, what parlays to run, and even just your quick picks like that. Follow us on Instagram at Fight Capital Media. And if you want my little opinions, I post daily on TikTok at Fight Capital Media again. All right, guys, so that's my fight breakdown for UFC London. Now, let me know in the comments